Hello everyone. Welcome to our channel, Divine Truth Tarot. I'm Sarah and I'll be your intuitive guide and your reader. If you're new to the channel, if this is your first time watching, a great big welcome to you. Please have a look around and get to know the wonderful community that we have here on the channel. And if you're a long-time subscriber or even a short-time subscriber, welcome back. And I wanted to just say that those of you who have been watching for a while know that I was on vacation for my birthday. Actually came back late last Saturday, and I've been resting and recuperating ever since. I had this annoying cough that I didn't really want to create videos with. It's pretty much gone at this point. So a lot of throat chakra upgrades for me, as well as a dark night of the soul, and going through a lot of changes and upgrades and transmutations. Just some very uncomfortable, heavy feelings that I've been sitting with, as well as some ancestral healing and transmuting that I've been doing for my family line. So I'm sure many of you can relate to all of these sensations and symptoms and experiences. And I do feel it's going to continue to ramp up and rev up until the end of the year. And then I feel like there's going to be some sort of an explosion that happens, a mass awakening. We're leading up to the new moon on November 15th in the sign of Scorpio. So to all my fellow Scorpios out there, this is going to be extremely potent and powerful. And also for our opposite sign, Taurus, it's going to be very powerful. But it's going to be powerful for every sign because, as you know, as I speak about on the channel, Scorpio is the phoenix rising from the ashes of his or her past, rising into your power, shedding your skin, shedding the past, releasing yourself from things that are heavy, releasing yourself from things that are unaligned. And so this is taking a lot out of us. In addition, we just had the portal on November 11th, 11/11, and we have an eclipse. It's a partial lunar eclipse in the sign of Gemini, which of course is the sign of the twins and communication. And that is happening, I believe it's the end of the month. I believe it's November 30th. Correct me if I'm wrong. So guys, we have so much going on leading up to the Saturn in Aquarius and Jupiter in Aquarius alignment. Okay, so a lot going on, a lot leading us and ushering us into this awakening that's happening on the planet. Now, before I get into the cards today, because I do want to choose some cards because it's been about over 2 weeks since I've done a video, so I feel like I owe this to you guys. I do want to say that the masculines are in our inner masculine energy is in a place of distortion right now. And so it's actually, I was heavily triggered a few days ago by an interaction that I had, and I'm not going to go into detail. I'm just going to say that be prepared for triggers to come up right now. There's some heavy shadow work at play. There's some heavy triggering. And if you do decide to venture into trying to communicate in the 3D, please understand you're dealing with, there's things that are up against you at this time that should iron and smooth out as we go into 2021. So once again, patience is the name of the game and patience is the theme. And I know that's the most frustrating thing to hear. It's like, really, more patience? Yes, more patience. So without further ado, let's go into the readings. Let's go into the cards. I want to say a big shout out and thank you for our soul sister. And I'm so sorry. I don't know. Oh gosh, I don't know what I did. I don't know who purchased these for the channel. It's the Elemental Oracle, and I cannot remember. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. So if this was you, please let me know in the comments below so I can give you a proper thank you. But the piece of paper that Amazon gave me, I've lost it. I apologize. And it was right before I was leaving to go on my trip. So a few things have been in disarray. when I packed and unpacked. So thank you so much for this beautiful deck of cards. And then to our soul sister Rachel, thank you so much. We've got an Organite. They sent me, it's Wing and Bell Organites, and they sent me a heart, or I don't know if that came with it, but it's beautiful. And we have this amazing wolf that'll be a sister to our Seraphina Aurora here. So I guess we have to have a name for this wolf. And isn't she cool? She's the divine feminine wolf. So really beautiful. Thank you so much, all of you, for all of your gifts throughout this year. It's really incredible to receive them, and it always puts a big smile on my face, even if I'm having one of those days, which happen pretty frequently on this journey. So guys, let's get into your cards. We're going to check in with the Keepers of the Light deck. We're going to check in with the Queen of the Moon Oracle, because on Sunday we have our new moon in Scorpio, as I mentioned. Excuse me. And then this is one of the decks that I actually purchased. It is the Soul Truth Awareness deck, and I just thought it was very unique, and I thought this would be great for personal readings. Also, those of you who have purchased personal readings from me, will start working on them for November. I just needed some time and space, but I will have your readings to you before the end of the month, so don't worry, don't fret. They're coming in divine timing. Thank you for your patience. Let's check in first with the Queen of the Moon Oracle. Okay, so it feels interesting to be back with the cards after a period, of rest and rejuvenation, and I'm continuing to do so, but I did want to go ahead and get you guys out of video because a few of you have expressed concern. Thank you so much for your emails and your concerns. I am still here. I'm just going through my own changes, and they've been pretty monumental. Okay, so please excuse this cough. It tends to get aggravated when I talk. I don't have a cough drop near me. Okay, let's see how it goes. So we have trust. That's the first card to fall out, was trust. And then we have resistance. So what do we have here, guys? We have, some of you, I'm feeling there's a resistance to letting go of this connection. There's a resistance. There's a holding on. You're resisting the change. You're resisting. Okay, let me explain it this way. Sorry about that. Okay. Your twin flame connection will go through cycles and changes. It will ebb and it will flow. There will be times where you are in this beautiful period and space of alignment with your twin, of happiness and joy, and where things seem really beautiful. And then there will be cycles of resistance. There will be cycles of running and chasing. Or I should say there may be, not always. This is not a rule. It's not a law. There may be cycles where there's the ebb and the flow, where you're brought away from each other, where you don't even feel like you're in alignment. Some of you will bring in soul partnerships, or just go off and work on your own mission work, okay? Work on self-love. So a lot of us right now, first wavers, second and third waves may actually be in communication, but for many or most, or not, if not all of the first wavers, we are in this period of deep reflection, of inner reflection, and it may seem as though you're in a void, okay? And when you're in a void, you can't feel your twin even in the 5D. What I want you guys to do is use this time wisely. Connect to your inner knowing, okay? Connect to your inner faith and your inner trust. And I want you to connect with and bring union into yourself. This is a deep surrender and to the dark night of the soul, because you don't know what's ahead. You have to release your twin, first wavers, in order for them to come back. The twin is you. And I think we place so much emphasis on the physical person, this person out of 7 billion people. And you can really restrict yourself, and you can really create blocks within yourself when you focus on the physical manifestation of the twin, of the divine masculine energy or divine feminine energy. You have that energy within you. The place for proper transformation is always within. So I ask you, can you trust that everything is working out? Can you trust that that egg will be hatched and brought to fruition when it's right? Can you trust that you don't know what's coming next, and that's okay. That there's a great mystery to this whole entire journey. It's the unraveling of self. It's the unraveling of the deepest, most inner layers of yourself. Your twin, every time they trigger you, every time they do something that you don't want or you don't like, is bringing you into a deeper alignment, a deeper realization, a deeper honesty within yourself. And that's where the true transformation happens in this lifetime, guys. It's not so easy to think of this as a romantic, happy ending, happily ever after. But any twin who's really on the twin flame journey can tell you it's not roses and butterflies. There are designated obstacles, barriers, and blocks created in these connections for us to overcome and for us to step back into a place of total surrender and unconditional love for self, first and foremost. So the resistance, I'm feeling a lot of feminines not wanting to let go, and thus perpetuating the cycle of pain and perpetuating the cycle of distrust of yourself and others. It'll be projected and reflected into your relationships with others, and also creating an imbalance within your feminine and masculine energies. We so desire the physical manifestation of this union because we found this one person who really understands us, who we really, truly, deeply love. And yet I ask you, if your divine masculine, for divine feminines watching, or vice versa, is not yet in their divine state, why would you want to accept that? Because then they're just another man or woman walking around, so to speak. They're not your divine partner until they step into their divinity. When the divine masculine is in distortion, or the divine feminine is in distortion, when the divine masculine is in this energy of lust or abandonment or rejection, those sort of programs, when the divine masculine is choosing fear over love, when the divine masculine is not budging, not wanting to leave karmic situations, when the divine masculine is holding on to things that are out of alignment, they are not in their divinity. A true divine masculine energy, both within and without, takes action, stands up for what they believe in, chooses love over fear, knows that vulnerability is their greatest strength, isn't afraid of showing emotion. And the masculines in the first wave collective, many of them are not in their divinity yet. There's still a massive tower moment that's set to come in December for many of them that will bring so much clarity. It's going to bring pain. It's going to bring more destruction to their lives, probably more anger, more disillusionment of everything they thought the world was. It's all crumbling. But whatever it is that they're holding on to, it's about to implode. And that goes for your inner divine masculine too, okay? So understand that if things are falling away in these very chaotic times, distorted times in the 3D of all this chaos out there and all this division, okay, the illusion of separation, your inner divine masculine needs to step up as well. So what are you in resistance to? Watcher, viewer, divine feminine, divine masculine watching. What are you in resistance to? And what would bring you peace? Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, this is so interesting. We've got peace, release, and fear coming out together. What beautiful cards. So what does this tell us? This tells me very clearly there's a release that needs to happen. You have to trust. You have to stop holding on, guys. You have to stop holding on and just gritting and look at her knuckles, clenching, holding. There's growth trying to happen, but you're stopping the growth from happening both within you and without. You have to trust. You have to release and give it up to the divine. You have to open your mouth, take a deep breath, and let it go. And then transformation can occur. And only then, when you release, let's actually do this. Let's place this here. Only then when you release can transformation occur, and can you bring peace into your life. There's peace that wants to be brought with these moon cycles, with the new moon in Scorpio, the eclipse that is happening. But first, I feel like you have to release the chaos, the internal chaos of resisting change and resisting a new cycle in this connection, letting go of the old version of you, the old version of your connection, the old version of your twin. And this fear energy. That's the resistance. That's the fear of if I release them, they're never going to come back. It's done. It's gone forever. You think that I haven't gone through that, guys? I've gone through that. I just went through this. The fearing that if I release him, he's never coming back. That is a trigger that needs to be healed. Abandonment, rejection. If you have those wounds, which 99.99999% of us do as feminines, as a feminine collective, it needs to be healed now. Card for the masculine energy, please. Faith. So the masculines are lacking faith at this time. They're lacking faith in themselves. They're lacking faith in the universe, in God. Okay, many of them are angry at God right now. They're lacking faith in you, in the connection. They're angry. They feel as though you're better off just without them. Okay, they see you as this empress, as this beautiful, peaceful, divine empress, and they're unworthy and undeserving. Okay, the masculine energy needs to step, again, both within your masculine energy and the external in the world, needs to step out of fear and into faith. This is about the masculine stepping into opening to their divine feminine energy, because many, again, first wave divine masculines are very closed off to the connection right now. They're closed off to their heart. They've closed off to you. Many, like I was basically told goodbye by my twin recently, more than once. Triggering abandonment, rejection, triggering the fear that he's gone forever, it's done forever. And you know what I realized in that space, in that void, is that I've got myself. I've got a life to live, a purpose, a deep divine purpose like all of you. I have a mission to serve, and I can't waste any time worried if somebody wants me or not, desires me or not, chooses me or not. That is out of my control at this point in many ways. And I need to focus on those people that want to be in my life, that, some, I don't want to say need, but sometimes people do need you. Sometimes we do need each other. And I'm not talking about codependency, when you need to care for your friends and family. Sometimes we need one another. We need to lean on each other. Those are the people I'm choosing to cater to at this time, and I'm choosing to pour my energy into, rather than pouring my energy into a place or person or space where it's not being received right now. Every time I've tried to help my masculine this year, show him the way, I get pushed away and pushed back. So the lesson I've learned this year is to stop. When somebody doesn't want to be helped, you can't help them. Leave them. Let them be feminines. Let them make the choices. Let them fall on their asses if they need to. Let them walk through the dark night of the soul alone. Only then will they realize that everything that's based in fear is an illusion. Only then will they be able to step into a place of deeper faith within themselves, first and foremost, within you and within the connection. Feminines. So the masculines got faith. We got the two F's, right? Masculines got faith, the feminines got fruition. Your abundance will come to fruition, feminines, when you release resistance, when you trust. You will find faith you will find peace in knowing that you are already a whole and complete person. And let me pull another card for the feminines. I'm not really totally feeling that card, so let me see what else comes up. But I do feel like many of feminines are having a lot of abundance right now. Yeah, discernment in the decisions you make, discernment in the people you're choosing to keep, the company you're choosing to keep at this time, feminine. Think about the company you're choosing to keep, and what does that say about you? And how can you be more discerning with your energy? This is also about those boundaries, having those boundaries. If the masculine's not showing up completely and fully in the way that you need them to, why are you allowing them in your life? Why are you allowing less than you deserve? This is not about judgment. Okay. Many of you know the situation with my masculine, especially those of you who have had private readings with me. I tend to share more in private readings just because I'm a private person, and so is my DM. But I do feel like this is not about judgment. This is about being discerning of, if your masculine is not in his divinity or her divinity, what business do they have being in your life right now with the amount of work that you're doing, feminine, the amount of healing that you've done for the world, for your ancestors, for the collective, and for your masculine. You need to be really discerning of your energy right now. This is not a time to be letting anyone and everyone in. There was a time for that in our lives, and that time for the feminines is over. You're too powerful, you're too special, you're too needed. Okay. Aww. Feminines. Okay, this is such a great deck. This is the Soul Truth deck. So this could be a journaling exercise for my beautiful feminines out there watching. When was the last time I danced freely? Guys, I just danced a few days ago to the song Empress by Snow Patrol. I love Snow Patrol. They're incredible live. If you ever get the chance to see them, go do it. They're amazing. He's brilliant. The lead singer is brilliant. Not only that, but Gary Lightbody, his last name is Lightbody, and I don't know if that's his real last name, but it's amazing. He's a light worker. He is so soulful. When he sings with everything he has. He's amazing. What an amazing experience. But I danced for about 15 minutes hardcore. I channeled my ancestors, the Cherokee, my ancestors. I channeled my inner divine feminine, the fierce divine feminine. It says dance because it will shift you into a beautiful state, because it will get you out of your head and into your body and heart, because fear lives in the head along with anxiety, control, guilt, frustration, and impatience. In just a few minutes of dancing, you will make the shift. You will feel a charge of joy and confidence take over, and you will feel a soul reminder to live and lead from your heart. Dancing is a tool to ground us in the now. It triggers happiness and is the gateway to freedom. To become free, dance. So your action, should you decide to take it, feminines, dance for 3 minutes to your favorite song. Notice the inward fire grow within and the feeling you feel being you. You are a wild, loving force. Express it with dance today. Amazing. Amazing. Love it. Let's just get a card for the masculines. Oh, masculines. Well, masculines, where can I ask for more help in my life? This is about the masculines shedding the ego. Until we can receive with an open heart, this is about them stepping into their feminine energy. So you're going to help them, feminines, by dancing, by initiating that action, that freedom, that self-love. You're going to help the masculines start to step more into their femininity and their divinity. Till we can receive with an open heart, we're never really giving with an open heart. When we attach judgment to receiving help, we knowingly or unknowingly attach judgment to giving help. Today's mantra, I ask for what I want and I am open to receiving it. This is about the masculine stepping in to their power and really saying, this is not okay. This is not for me. This is not the life that I choose to live. Divine masculines, it's up to you. What's it going to be? The power has always been in your hands, divine masculines. I think divine masculines really need to step out of this illusionment and programming, false programming, that they're helpless in these karmic situations, that they're helpless in these situations that bring them frustration, pain, and misalignment with their very own soul. They've played victim for a long time, guys, and a lot of that is the false programming from past lifetimes. So I wanted to pull a card or two from the Elemental Oracle. Card for the feminines, please. Energy. Protection, cave. Yeah, feminines are... There's some hermiting action going on. This is the void space that many of you are feeling. Protecting herself. Nesting, I'm also hearing. Protecting yourself from the elements, from the powers that be out in the great big bad world. of chaos. There's an element of protection. So you might just want to, there's, what's coming through is that feminines, you want to protect yourself, but you don't want to protect yourself so much that you push away love from the world, from friends, from family, from pets, from nature. Open yourself up. I know that your masculine has broken your heart. I know that you feel abandoned, rejected, not enough. There's a lot of that. We're healing very, very old wounds right now. And with the 11/11 portal and this new moon coming up a couple days later here on the 13th, you will be feeling very protective of your energies, protective of your heart and your soul, and also just any lingering resentment that you might feel towards your counterpart as well from this lifetime and past lifetimes. That's all coming up to be healed. But first, it needs to be seen. What's really interesting is when I looked at this card, I thought of an atom, right? I thought of cells. And then this card popped up next, and it was atoms building, okay? I do feel like this is the masculine energy. The feminines are protecting their energy from the masculines and from, you know, setting up the discernment, setting up proper healthy boundaries with anyone and everyone. And the masculines are over here building. Even though it doesn't look like it, even though it may look completely the opposite, the 3D is very deceiving at this time. It's also very triggering. Trust me. Trust me. Sometimes, guys, I do things I feel like, and I make the mistake. Not that it was a mistake, but you know what I mean. I do something so that I can tell you, don't do this. Don't do this right now. Not a good time to reach out unless you're heavily, heavily guided. And even then, be prepared to be triggered. That's all I'm going to say. Maybe you can handle it. Kudos to you. I didn't handle it so well. I'm better now. It's been 2 days, but the initial trigger was very intense, very deep, cut me very deep, and it sent me into a spiral of sorts for a couple hours, which is so much better. I mean, think about when you used to get triggered and it would be weeks or days. Now it's a couple hours and we're back, we're on our feet, and we're moving forward. Remember also that emotions are it's just energy passing through you. That's all it is. It doesn't have to be permanent unless you allow it to live in a permanent state and take up residence within yourself. So the masculines are busy building. Let's see union energy. Union energy for first wavers. I mostly read for first wavers. If you are a second or third wave, please don't shy away from the channel. I just want you to know that there's just different, you'll be in a different timeline and you'll be experiencing things in a different way right now. It's not better or worse. We're not ahead or behind. We are all in this together. Okay, union energy. They don't want to tell me. I'm going to give it one more shuffle. Okay. Gravity, groundedness. So these unions, believe it or not, as the masculine builds behind the scenes, even if it looks, trust me, the 3D looks very deceiving right now. It looks like the masculine is pushing the feminine away for most of us. The masculine is MIA. And yet here they are lighting up the darkness, creating this sort of, it's like they're creating this universe or galaxy in which they can finally lead. They can finally be the masculine that they're designed to be. So for union energy, bring in some groundedness, let gravity, this is nature, this is connecting to your roots, connecting to your ancestors, connecting to who you truly are, okay? And understanding, bringing it all down from the 5D into the 3D. So this would speak of unions. And I know, I almost struggle saying that because just again, the 3D is so different from what we're seeing coming up in readings, what the energies are saying, and that's why it's really important, guys. Use your discernment. You know, I myself do follow a few readers, but only a few, and I don't watch them nearly as much as I used to. I do enjoy private readings, but focus on yourself right now, guys. That's why I started offering all these readings that are about focusing on yourself rather than your twin, because that doesn't really assist us. It tells us what's going on, and then after the reading the next day we feel just as bad as we did because the work really needs to be done within. Oh guys, look at what happened. Okay, I don't know if you saw that. Let me turn this over here. Look at what happened. I was shuffling here, okay? The keepers of the light deck. Mercury, open communication, popped out upside down, and it popped out and landed here like that. So it landed among the feminine's cards of fruition and discernment. Okay, this tells me upside down. I usually don't read this deck upside down. That communication is not meant to be occurring right now, okay? Mercury is the winged messenger. Mercury rules Gemini, which again, I stated, is the partial lunar eclipse coming up later this month. Interesting. So when he pops up upside down, this is the throat chakra symptoms that myself and many of you are probably experiencing, okay? Plugged ears, sinus issues, congestion, coughs, cold. This is not, it's not the virus, guys. This is not a cold or a flu, although if you feel like it is, please get checked. I have to use that disclaimer. But for many of us, it's energetic, okay? You know yourself. So upside down, what we have here is there's an illusion going on. The 3D is not, there's like quietness, silence, no communication. And if it is communication, trust me, guys, you probably don't want it right now. The masculines are in distortion. Still. And then we have Sanat Kumara, light activation. Shine your light. Your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. What is your internal guidance? Turning off the external guidance, turning on the internal guidance. Okay, how is that going to help the feminines? It's going to bring us out of distortion, our own distortion, into our power, into our energy. And let's get, okay, energy for the masculines. The masculines are going to be receiving downloads. They're telling me this is for December, okay? So that's when you'll see this reverse. I think November is going to continue to be quiet. Once we have, okay, we have the 11/11 portal, the new moon, and the eclipse happening all like within 2-3 weeks of each other. That's when we're going to see this reverse and open communication, the lines of communication coming as the masculines receive psychic insights and downloads. And they start to understand what this connection really is. They're not quite there, guys. Many of them have actually tried to close you off, shut down to you in the connection, pretend the connection wasn't real. They've tried to convince themselves, just deleted pictures, deleted everything, tried to delete you and erase you from their lives. And I know that's painful. My masculine has tried to do it. Absolutely. I know that without a doubt. And just understand that it's an energetic connection. It cannot be severed. It cannot be broken. And you can delete pictures, you can delete their number, you can delete messages, and they're still going to be there, living in your head, living in your heart, living in your soul. So the more the masculines try to do this, the more they're hurting themselves. They're hurting you, which hurts them. That's how connected you are. So masculines will be receiving. It's very interesting because I just realized both of these cards, winged helmets. So we have the winged helmets, intuition. Odin's an interesting energy. He's definitely a masculine energy. He's a little bit unpredictable, okay? And rambunctious, if you will. So masculines are going to be getting revved up, I'm hearing, in the month of December. And then what do we have for union energy? The divine director, intervention. There's going to be divine intervention, opening up the lines of communication, opening up their psychic astral lines. They're going to understand who you are, finally and at last, feminines, and give you the respect that you deserve. Now, this may not plan out or pan out in the 3D right away. I want you guys to understand that just because they're receiving downloads doesn't mean. It may take them time to integrate. It may take time for the 3D to catch up. And that's where patience comes in, and that's where we get frustrated, feminines. But understand that divine intervention is occurring, and there's guidance on both sides, okay? Happiness, joy is your birthright. So I think I'm going to stop there, guys. I'm going to get on with some private readings today. I will start doing those for you, so you'll start receiving those. I send you guys so much love. It's really good to be back, and I send you love and light on this journey. I will be here, and I'm still deciding about readings for December. I know some of you have reached out. If you've reached out to me in the past 2 weeks, I've been quiet. I have not answered emails. Please don't take it personally. I just really needed time to heal and to step away from this for a little while, to recharge my own batteries, which we healers and readers need from time to time. It's the only way I can keep giving and serving. So I think what I may do in December is I'm going to stick with the videos for the channel. I'll be doing more of those, but I also am feeling guided, actually pretty heavily guided, to do some written readings for you guys. So they'll be more affordable than the video readings, and that's something I'm thinking about doing. So if you think you'd be interested in that, just let me know in the comments below. I'll take a look, and it would be kind of like a story reading. I would be shorter readings, but still giving you some insight into your connection, or insight into you, which I love doing more than reading into your connection, because this is really all about you guys. So I send you so much love. I'll keep you updated on that, but that's where I'm leaning towards for December. I'm not saying the video readings are gone forever, guys. I'm just saying I may take a break from that in December. So I'm sending you guys so much love, and I'll see you so soon. Have a great weekend ahead, and happy new moon in Scorpio on Sunday, my loves.